And now Charles Tudor, our lead ref, will get things rolling here in Raleigh. 17th meeting, NC State and Notre Dame. Wolfpack swept both matchups last year, including a straight set win here in Reynolds. And now the opening serve for the Fighting Irish. Kristen McDaniel anchors this offense, goes middle, and a first touch kill for NC State.
Very smart shot by Allen there. She obviously saw she had a very big block and decided to take a nice tip right over there.
Jada Allen in the middle, the sophomore who's been really good at the net, 12th in the ACC in blocks, just over a block and a half per set. And that short serve gives it right back to Notre Dame. Something Selena Rockwell noted this morning, the serve and pass for Notre Dame struggled against Louisville. They have to excel on that to get a road win today. There's a libero with the serve. That back set is dug out. Another nice dig by Monson, the libero. And Palazzolo was roofed. Good hands at the net by Amanda Rice.
As you can see, Allen and Rice up there at the net, both tall, closed the block very well and pressed over, not giving Notre Dame much room to hit that ball onto the NC State side.
Only 2 blocks a set for NC State. They haven't been prolific at the net, but a good start. Now feeding Shotgun system. No hands at the net. Point Notre Dame. That was an emphasis for Lucas Slava, getting more swings for his middles this week.
That will ultimately come down to a strong passing game for NC State, ensuring that their passes are in system and that the setters are able to involve their middles more.
So McDaniel goes to the 10-foot line. Rice shoots that one long. A couple of hitting errors early here for NC State. Keep in mind, last year when these teams met, it was the Martina Leoniak show. She had 28 kills in those 2 matchups. State won both pretty convincingly. There's a kill for NC State, but was there a net violation? Okay, no, that was after the touch. So point Wolfpack. And you see Luca there coaching all throughout the play.
What a great swing there. It looks like she was a little off balance. That ball might have been a little too tight onto the net for her to swing, but she snuck it into the seam of that block.
That was Amanda Rice, who then got subbed out in rotation. Refs considered mopping up the floor, but it looks like we're okay to play. I like that. Keep things rolling here on a Friday afternoon. Notre Dame, a bump set here. And Palazzolo through the double, one of the best in the ACC. Sets up the first kill for Sydney.
One of the testaments is her has such a strong outside hitter is being able to find a way to put that ball on the ground out of system.
Leads the ACC 4.5 points per set. Now Williams on a back row swing. Look at the dump by the center, and it's kept alive. Good hands, NC State, with a block in the middle. Wow, Riley Schock saw that coming and gets a roof.
What scrappy defense from the NC State back row, and they are backed up by their front row blockers there.
Great hands by Schock, as a matter of fact. Drunick tried to sneak one past her. Nicole, the Georgia Tech transfer. As that serve is in on the back line, that's an ace for NC State. You see Courtney Bryant, who's only playing in her 4th set all season. This is a rare spot start out of Virginia. Now a back row attack. Palazzolo takes a ton of swings, 11 attacks per set. Nice dig there down line by the Irish. Now Ava Lang is dug out. Williams to the back row. And we have an illegal double touch deep in the pocket there of NC State. So point Notre Dame.
That's a tough ball to get to as a setter. You're pushed all the way into that front area of the court there, and she's on the move.
And she has to stay below the height of the net, too.
Absolutely.
You got to be real crafty coming in from the back row. That's the nature of this 6-2 offense for Notre Dame, or sorry, NC State. As Williams bangs one off the block. That's the first kill for Madison Williams.
It's a great move by Williams, using the top hands of the block there, trying to aim for a touch, that deep back corner. One of the hardest spots to defend on the court.
If Lucas Labe can get his pin hitters involved in this match, I think that's a huge advantage for NC State. Absolutely.
Their pin hitters are one of their strongest players on this court.
Tight set against the net. It won't matter for Palazzolo as that goes out. That's Ava Lang with the kill. I will say in this first set, NC State has kept balls alive a ton despite being a 6-6 score.
They absolutely do. And Notre Dame is doing a very good job of attacking that right back corner where the setter is. That's one of the disadvantages of a 6-2 offense, is your setter's back row, and if she digs the ball, she can't set her hitters up.
What a dig by Monson, the libero for Notre Dame. Back set is put down for a point. So NC State back above 0 hitting percentage. There's a kill for the Wolfpack.
And again, these pin hitters of NC State are trying to be crafty and using the block to their advantage. Brizard right there tips it off the sidearm of the right side blocker.
Ava Brizard's had a heck of a year. 6th in the ACC, 3.5 kills per set. Notre Dame now on serve receive. And that's a great in-system swing. First kill for the middle tonight. That was the big question. Where was the productivity from the middles of Notre Dame? That's a great start.
Off of a great serve receive pass there, setter on Notre Dame's able to get their middle involved, and it results in a point.
That's Charity McDowell, the junior out of Indianapolis, right in the middle. Tough serve receive here, and an ace for the Fighting Irish. One of the better teams in the conference at serving. Second in aces, and there's their first of the set.
I'm sure we'll see a few more from them this game.
When NC State beat Notre Dame last year here in Raleigh, 12 service aces as a team. That really put them ahead in that straight set sweep.
I think this is definitely going to be a very serve receive heavy game. Both of these teams are very strong and aggressive at the service line and plays to their advantages.
Lang with the deep float. Now a back set, and that block is in for Notre Dame. Wow, Williams gets a great bounce for the roof. I know you try to aim blocks directionally, and sometimes it just works in your favor.
Mm-hmm.
Alongside a former libero herself, Grace Irvin, who loves back row play. I'm Evan Budrovich. That ball goes out off hands of NC State. So a kill for Notre Dame. That's what makes Palazzolo special. Most swings in the conference and the most kills. She is productive on the front row.
Yeah, if I were Notre Dame, I'd continue to feed her the ball.
The reigning Big South Player of the Year at High Point University. So her return to the home state. Now a bump set here from NC State. Wow, Monson got that up. And she'll free it over. McDaniel in system. Back set. Another dig, Monson. With a joust, and we have a net interference on Notre Dame. So an illegal attack on the Irish point, NC State.
Monson did a great job of keeping those balls alive as the outside hitter goes and gets the second touch on that.
So Grace, explain to people who don't understand volleyball as well why the back row setter can't go up there.
Because they are in the back row, they're not allowed to go above the height of the net or under the net and interfere with the play of the other side.
That was a great angle on the replay, too. You see her hand go up above. So good call by our referee. Here's the last kill for Notre Dame. Good float serve. And the back set is blocked. That's 3 blocks for NC State in this set.
What a great job by Schock closing that block. They could tell that that ball was going to the right side, and she quickly gets over there to her outside hitter and just clamps in on that set.
Really no chance there for Tarnoff, who was roofed. That service run ends quickly. Both teams are siding out, which means winning points when not on serve over 75% of the time. This is a back and forth type of first set. Notre Dame coming in with its best start in conference under Selima Rockwell. Just year 2. Rice gets between the double, point NC State.
Rice aimed for such a great part in that court. You see the middle back defender shifting to the right to cover the seam, and she finds a way to put it down in the deep left corner.
This is a veteran fourth-year junior in Amanda Rice. She had 15 kills against Georgia Tech. That was a good match despite the 4-set loss. And Lucas Slava said critical to winning that first set and putting Georgia Tech behind. Good touch at the net. Wow, that is ruled down. Nice point for Palazzolo, who quietly 3 kills. She just keeps producing for Notre Dame.
Whether it's a hard kill or a tip strategically placed, a kill is a kill.
And this is a player who knows how to put balls away. 178 kills entering today. That's the best in the ACC. As wow, that point given right back to the Wolfpack.
Good communication there from the servicey players there. It looked like they were about to hesitate to see who was going to pass that ball.
Bench at all when you're in the back row, or is that clearly just a player thing?
Your bench is definitely back there calling in and out for you as well if they're helpful.
Grace Irvin has spent 4 years here at NC State guarding that back line. There's an overpass put away. What a first set here for Courtney Bryant, getting a spot start and stepping up.
Absolutely. She's got such a tough serve here. It gets Notre Dame completely out of system and gives Broussard the ability to put that ball down.
NC State hitting just 140, but it's been productive. The service errors, though, give it right back. 2 errors for each team, just 1 ace.
And that's the one thing about having such a competitive serving team for both Notre Dame and NC State is trying to balance that, both being aggressive yet keeping that ball in the court as much as possible.
That's a good deep serve. Cabello scooped it up. Now Notre Dame in system. Back set on the slide. And Schock plays it in the air. Here's Broussard. Options. Wow, a last-second save, and that'll cost the Wolfpack. Point Notre Dame with Lang.
You see there's a large seam in the block there. Notre Dame was in system enough to run that outside ball pretty quickly and give their hitter some space.
Here's Williams. That's over a double and in. Impressive shot to the back line.
What an amazing hit right there by Williams. You see that she opens up her shoulders there, giving her the ability to hit that line straight on. That's a very difficult ball to defend as a line digger.
We will take the media timeout. NC State up early in set 1. We'll have more after this. Here from Raleigh. Seat in that row behind the coaches. Interesting. Every other seat available, but that row. It's tough. You got to earn your keep around here.
I know. Maybe they've got some special guests coming.
Here in Raleigh, it's a big day at NC State. Football plays Louisville tonight. That's at 7 o'clock. That's why this match got pushed up a bit in the afternoon. Well, here we are, second weekend of the ACC. And the Wolfpack back to serve, up 2. Options from the back. Palazzolo into the net. And only the second hitting error for Palazzolo today.
That's the one good thing about having such a big hitter like Palazzolo who can play 6 rotations. So she is an option wherever she is.
You could tell Druick left that set a little behind Palazzolo. She almost out-jumped it. Here's now the jump float. This is a missile off the net, and Druick keeps it up. Cabello tight. Wow, that middle hit it wide. Point Notre Dame. Rare miss there for Williams.
Looks like she tried to cut it back just a little too sharp. She was going for that left back defender.
Jada Allen on the miss. 5 hitting errors for NC State in set 1. Wow, this could be a big issue here. Oh, nice save by Cabello. Druick the back set, and it gets through the block. Point Notre Dame.
Great serving by Notre Dame there. They really get NC State out of system. It almost looked like Broussard was trying to decide if she wanted to block or not, and ended up dribbling down their front onto their side.
Schrader took an odd approach, but it worked right through that double. Wow, that ball's blasted through the double. How about Williams with another kill? She has 3.
Till that ball was a little inside. Williams comes in strong and hits straight into the seam of the Notre Dame block.
Madison Williams, a slow start in the non-conference, but had 5 kills at Georgia Tech. And Lukaslave liked her performance in certain rotations. She subbed in. Gets the start today. And now an in-system middle, missing a long. That's McDowell hitting it out. Largest lead now for NC State. And when a match is a 3-point difference and it's the largest lead of a set, you know we're in for a fun one today.
Absolutely.
That goes right into the net, giving it back to Notre Dame. McDaniel with the error. How critical is this moment now if you're Notre Dame at the service line?
This is very critical, especially in a game that is so back and forth. The momentum shifts constantly, so trying to hold on to as much of a run as you can is key.
Here's Alyssa Manitsis, the DS, who misses long. Wow, costly mistake there if you're Notre Dame.
Again, you can tell they're trying to serve to the deep portion of the court there. The back third of the court is hard to pass, and both these teams are aggressively going to it.
Timeout Notre Dame. What must NC State do here in the next 6 or 7 points to put this set away?
I think trying to clean up some of these errors, both at the service line and when they're out of system, is going to be key for trying to gain some momentum here.
It's an NC State team that not only played well against Clemson, but really dominated that match. And then Georgia Tech on Sunday, competitive set 1, won the set, had chances in set 3 to make that a 5-set match. But now if you're Lukaslave, these next 2 matches will say a lot about NC State.
Of course, how a team bounces back from a tough loss, and especially a game where it was very competitive, is key and a testimony to the grit of this NC State team.
Well, we're only 2 weeks into conference. It sort of feels like you can identify the powers and then the princes and then the peasants who look to make a run in this conference. Notre Dame's sort of stuck in quagmire. They're in the middle of everything. Good 2-0 start at Boston College and Syracuse, and now Salima Rockwell's schedule. This gets tough. Duke, North Carolina, and a red-hot Virginia Tech and Pitt club in the next 2 weeks. This is a big stretch for Notre Dame. Salima rocking some great kicks tonight. An All-American at Penn State, 4-time national champion as well. Not a shabby resume for Coach Rockwell.
Not at all. The 2 head coaches of these teams bring such amazing volleyball experience and knowledge, and very excited to see what they do with their teams this season.
We got All-Americans on the fingers of Rockwell. We got a USA Volleyball gold medalist with Lukaslave. There's a lot to it. And a kill here for Notre Dame. There's Palazzolo getting hot.
That was a great cross-court shot. You can see she cuts it sharp right into that seam. The middle block was a little early there and looked like she just had 1 blocker up on her.
And that caught Bryant a little off guard in that protection. So Cabello has to bump this. Rice is dug out. Druitt goes back set, and Schrader hits it out. Thought there might have been hands there, but no touch. Point NC State. Wow, that went right through the hands. Crazy.
Hits the feet of the line judge.
So the Wolfpack 5 points away from set 1. Good serve. Druitt keeps it up. Another pancake. Wow, and Palazzolo's blocked.
What a dig by McDaniel here. And Shock back again as a force at the net with that block.
Great effort right there. Oh, and that's a 1v1 stuff. You got to love that if you're Shock. 3 blocks now for NC State in this set. Two straight points out of the timeout for the Wolfpack. Druitt with a long set to Schrader. Big dig for Monson. Palazzolo hits it out. Wow, a rare miss. 4 errors in this set. That's uncharacteristic for Palazzolo.
You can tell Palazzolo is trying to aim for that left back defender as Jade Allen, the middle hitter, so they have no libero back there, and they're trying to hit it at the front row hitter who's probably not as comfortable on defense as Stokes.
That leads to a timeout for Notre Dame. 9 hitting errors for Notre Dame. And it's been all NC State recently. 3 straight wins in this series. Only the 17th meeting. And you say that when you look at some of the matchups like UNC and NC State, over 100 all-time matchups. Some of the conference realignment brought Notre Dame over just under a decade ago from the Big East. And if you ask me where these teams will be in 5 years, I don't know what I'd say. I think it's still TBD at times. What we do know is that Stanford, Cal, and SMU join the conference next August.
That would be definitely a very interesting matchup, knowing the strength of those programs in the volleyball world.
You put SMU, a tournament team, out of the AAC multiple times, and then, of course, national power in Stanford. Mix them in with Louisville and Pitt and Georgia Tech. That is a top-heavy league. NC State on a 3-0 run.
Great dig by McDaniel.
Now Rice off the double. That's an effective swing. 3 kills for Rice.
Again, Rice aims for that left outside hand to the right outside blocker of Notre Dame.
Nothing beats the reaction of a Marshall camera. Those players getting into it after a kill. There's the dump from the setter. Great effort, McDaniel, to save it. And Rice is roofed by Palazzolo. So one of the best arms in the ACC and a pretty good defender of the net.
And watch, great dig by McDaniel there. NC State just working to put that ball into the court. And Palazzolo just stuffs that down.
Not a big blocker. Has 14 of them this year, but finds a good time for number 15. Wow, service error, set point, NC State. So a serving specialist, Cabello, comes in on rotation here for NC State. Set point, Wolfpack. Druitt on the slide is tipped, and a block terminates set 1. Great hands. That's 4 blocks for the Wolfpack in a winning first set.
Great lineup by Bryant there. She finds that hitting shoulder of the middle and turns that block back into the middle of the court.
All NC State in set 1. Neither team great offensively, but the block did the difference. We'll head to set 2 after this timeout. Wolfpack takes set 1, 25-18.
Definitely been a key to this NC State offense, and they're going to be looking to go to her again this set.
The blocking was big. 4 blocks, including the final touch by Bryant, who gets a spot start. We have not seen Leoniak yet. She did play in the Georgia Tech Clemson series. We'll see if she's a factor throughout this weekend.
Even with that, Bryant has been doing a great job as a pin hitter for NC State. She's really stepped up with only playing a few games as a freshman. She's come out strong at the service line and at the net.
So NC State serves with Kristen McDaniel to begin this second set. I always love when you have a team with 2 setters face a 5-1 versus 6-2. Stylistically, how it plays out. It was all Wolfpack in that first set. Druick in system. Wow, Palazzolo wastes no time. One swing, one kill in set 2.
The Notre Dame middle does a great job of pulling the middle block of NC State and allowing Palazzolo to have a huge seam to hit into.
This high point transfer has been electric. 4 kills in that first set. That's what she averages. And now an ace for the Fighting Irish.
Great serve by Monson. Libero going after Libero here.
I feel like that's a hate crime when you target one of your friends. Monson there with the ace. Good return here by the Wolfpack, and the block goes out. Point NC State. And feeding the Wolfpack middles are important too. There's Jada Allen with the kill. Luca's noted his pin hitters have been excellent, but want more productivity out of the middle. Brizard, of course, the big gun. 3.5 kills a set. But the block has been there.
Great close by Bryant. She's on the move, a little off balance, but her form on her hands clamps down on that ball, perfectly aligned, pushing it back into the middle of the court.
That is a 1v1 stuff block, an outside hitter's dream right there. They target Palazzolo on serve, and her block is tipped. Bryant with great hands and back-to-back roofs.
Great reads here by Rice and Bryant. They get up there a little early, but they're smart enough to know that that ball's coming a little off speed, and they wait, tip it back down, and then here comes Bryant again doing the same on the other side.
And she's on the way down. Like, she's returning to court and flicks her wrist. That's a smart play. I know Luca was a tremendous setter as a player, but he's got to appreciate this front row play from his Wolfpack today, whatever. It is the first week of fall. It'll get dark pretty quick here in Raleigh, no doubt. Wow, is that another block? It is for the Wolfpack. My gosh, this front row on a 4-0 run, all with rejections.
Wonderful lineup by Rice there, helping out her middle.
Shutting down Lauren Tarnoff on that swing. And the scoring run led by Brizard on serve continues until that swing by Palazzolo. That's how you end it right there.
Again, this Notre Dame middle is doing a phenomenal job, along with the setter, of holding the middle blocker of NC State, just opening up the court for Palazzolo to swing away.
Pitt is the best blocking team in the league by numbers, but this performance for NC State today, it's been impressive. 7 blocks in these first 2 sets. This one's hit over the block. Now Druick watches it float. Oh, Rice wide open on the back set. That's lovely.
It's a great job by NC State, putting that ball in system. Allen gets a nice free ball. McDaniel's able to set it very quick to the pin for Rice to swing hard down the line.
That was an uncontested approach there for NC State, who in this set is hitting .667. I love this sport, right? You have 6 hitting errors in set 1, and it's all cruise control in set 2. Daniel keeps it up. Monson there.
Great dig by Monson.
Roll shot. Good scrappy rally. McDaniel back set. Oh, and the block is huge. That stays in. Notre Dame's middle. Lauren Tarnoff with the block.
Now, I think they were saying NC State's getting all this action and blocking. Might as well take our turn at it.
And Tarnoff's good at blocking. That's 1.5. She's 10th in the conference in blocks.
Good save by McDaniel there, getting that ball to their middle.
Now a touch. Notre Dame in system. Druick. Oh, Palazzolo off the net, and that's a 4-touch. Did not hit an NC State player, so point NC State. That back row attack, it's been in trouble for Palazzolo today.
That's a hard one to time, especially since she's so fast and tall. The setter has to also keep in mind she has to take off from behind the 10-foot line, or else that is a back row attack error. So I think they got to work on that timing a little bit more with each other.
Look at that, 14 errors for Notre Dame. Some self-inflicted wounds for Salima Rockwell's club. Good insistent play, and Cabello scoops it up. Rice
Good dig by Stokes there.
Tried to save that. Really difficult.
That's definitely a hard ball to hit when the trajectory of the ball is going towards the net and you're trying not to put your feet under there.
This is the first start for Courtney Bryant, and she's filling some big shoes of Leoniak. Here's a tight set. That is put away until it's scooped. And there you go, point Notre Dame.
Good hustle by NC State there. Daniels there on the dig. That's a hard ball coming her way, and she does a great job of getting it up and trying to keep it in play.
Love the effort from both teams here in set 2. Off the double. We'll try it again with Madison Williams. Palazzolo down line is scooped. Into the block. Kept up. That's over. Druick back to it. Back row dig. Oh, and the dump into the net by Schock. Point Notre Dame.
Such scrappy volleyball being played by both teams here. Whether it's like covering the hitters.
Flipped in this set.
I think both teams saw they were getting some cobwebs off in the first set with some errors, and they're looking to fight their way back.
That 1 o'clock coffee didn't kick in just yet. As Williams tips it over. That's a smart shot. Madison has a team-high 4 kills.
That's the one good thing about Williams. You see her both being on the right side as an attacker or the outside as an attacker. She's very versatile, and NC State knows she's there, she's consistent, and she'll get that ball down.
And Lucas Slave has noted with Williams, her growth from just blasting every shot to placing balls in certain moments. That was a good example. Nifty serve there from Bryant. The block stays in. 8 blocks for NC State.
Such a strong lineup there with Schock and Williams there on the right side. They're both closed, shoulder to shoulder. Notre Dame doesn't really have much space to go around. They're going to have to look to get a little more crafty if they're looking to get behind.
Williams right there. Big performance at the net as Palazzolo goes into the block. Wait a second. This team looks like the best blocking club in the country. 9 of them for the Wolfpack. Even Riley Schock can't believe it.
You see on a back row attack, it's typical that they have all 3 blockers come into the middle to try to help, especially with such a strong hitter as Palazzolo. You want to put as much of a block up as possible.
There's a bump set from the back. Druick goes pin hitter. That leads to a free ball and terminated by Broussard. Could you call it a block set?
I'd say so. It was set up perfectly for her to hit that back corner.
And Broussard will take the cupcake right at the net. Timeout, Notre Dame. We'll step aside for a second. It's the media timeout with the Wolfpack up 3 here in set 2. Block in these first 2 sets. 19 blocks. This is a 4-0 run out of the timeout. Notre Dame led by 7 kills from Palazzolo, but 6 hitting errors. Been a tough day against this block of the Wolfpack. Now an overpass. That is blocked by Druick. Wow, that's incredible from the setter.
You can see that ball's passed right over the net, and she knows NC State's been aggressive, so she's getting up ready to defend.
So Notre Dame joins the block fiesta. That's their second. Nice back set. And Williams puts away match high 5 kills for Madison Williams. It's been efficient too for Madison, only on 10 swings. She's not missed a lot of shots.
That's the key, especially in systematic system. You want to be as clean as possible.
Cabello set her up. Running this 5-2 offense, 2 big setters. And a blasted serve there. to the back row. Broussard.
That's a great corner shot by Broussard.
There are some powerful arms in this NC State lineup.
Such a wonderful set by Stokes as well. It's not often you see liberos using their hands. Most coaches usually discourage it, but she has such wonderful hands that she's able to set her hitters up well, even out of system.
She continues to serve. Missiles to the back row.
What a strong serve. You know, a topspin serve like that is very difficult to pass against, especially with so much power behind it like that.
That's like a professional bowler breaking a 7-10 split. That thing had so much turn on it. Oh, look at this run. 7-2 for NC State. Pulling away. Watch those beauties. Palazzolo dug it out. Schrader is scooped up. Here's Broussard. That goes line shot. Now a bump set. Through the block. Point, NC State. Broussard with her fourth.
Again, even with Cabello taking that dig, forcing the libero to set, they're still relatively in system. Broussard is able to sneak that ball through the block.
Grace, I know your expertise is defending these shots in the back row, but when the middles go up and press forward, and yet the ball goes straight down, is that just an angle of the arms? How do you fix that defensively?
It's more of a timing thing. You want to ensure that your block is over early so that there's no possibility that ball's sneaking through before you put your hands over the other side of the net.
That'll allow NC State to now hit 211 in this set. They entered this match right in the middle of the league, about 13 kills per set. Florida State's having an epic year, 15 kills a set, which you think about 25 points in a set, and you're scoring on 15 of them. That is a great offensive year. And yet, today we have seen balance, 5 players with kills, obviously Williams and Broussard with 5. It's been a good showing from the Wolfpack hitters.
Especially when you have numbers and statistics going up like that. The ability to spread your offense so you're not relying heavily on just 1 or 2 hitters really speaks to the success that you can have when you're able to diversify that offense so a team's not able to change their lineup to defend against that.
Feels like if you're Notre Dame, you're waddling between showing some success with Palazzolo, but getting other hitters involved. Right now, McDowell, the middle, has 2. And then it's been dry. Lange 1, Schrader 1. So the pin hitters have not gotten as involved in this set. Salima Rockwell's club. Tough match against Louisville. That was primetime ACC Network just 2 nights ago. Flew out yesterday, had a quick practice, and bright and early for this 1 o'clock start. Stokes blasts one. Back row Palazzolo. A little off balance there for Broussard. Williams. Ooh, beautiful shot to the back corner.
That's a great shot by Williams. You see that the set was a little inside, especially as a right-handed opposite hitter. That's a very difficult shot. She has to move her approach very far into the court to be able to hit that ball.
Thumb down corner pocket. That is a hard shot for an outside, as that serve just goes out by Stokes, ending a 5-0 NC State run. Here's Alyssa Benitsis out of San Antonio, Texas, true freshman. It's the Notre Dame team first true recruiting class for Salima Rockwell.
Great serve there by Notre Dame, getting NC State out of system.
And Broussard hitting deep from the net. Misses long. In system play. Wow, Monson tried to save it. No chance. NC State working in system.
Good recovery there by NC State. The point before, a very tough pass, ends up with an error. And here they get a perfect pass, goes straight to their middle, and they just beam it to the other side.
Those are never fun. as Jada Allen takes target. Daniel floats it to Monson. That block goes out. Point Notre Dame. We noted feeding other hitters that aren't Palazzolo. That's a good start.
Can you see NC State block is just a little late there, and that Notre Dame outside is able to use their block.
McDaniel with a crafty little back set that's blocked. Palazzolo combines with Tarnoff.
Looks like Rice was just a little too early on her approach there and unable to be as high as she probably wanted to on that.
Wow, Broussard takes target, and Ava's starting to heat up. 6 kills for the NC State pin hitter.
Again, Jada Allen right there pulls that Notre Dame middle, allowing a one-on-one for Broussard.
And Broussard is a great arm, top 10 in the ACC in kills. He cannot leave her one-on-one too often.
She's got such a fast arm swing, it's very difficult to defend.
And that goes into the net for Palazzolo. It's been a risk-reward type of match. 7 kills, 8 errors, and a ton of the swings. That's a tough turn. And point one, Bryant. So as a defender, you have to wait for that ball to play at the height of the net, basically get to the net, and then you can dump it back down.
Yes, or else you can't come into the space of the other team, but if it's right in the middle of the plane, you're able to play it.
Which makes it such a tough challenge as a front row player, because you're like, hey, is that ball going to the setter? Is it going to sit there? And smart job by Bryant, just pushing it back down. There was a service error there, giving it back to Notre Dame. The Irish have entered this game as a relatively good serving team. Top 3 in aces in the conference. And what Salima Rockwell liked is a better percentage. That block will help. So the setter here helps herself out. Good hands by Druick.
What a block. She is perfectly aligned on the hitting arm
and
of Bryant.
Out on an island right there. There was no middle anywhere close. That's the value of running that 5-1. If your setters are good, it helps. But that error gives it right back. There are timely service aces and service errors. And this has been a tough time for Notre Dame.
Close ball there. That's the thing with service errors here, especially when both of these teams are such strong servers. You kind of have to take some of the errors when you're working to be so aggressive.
From the 10-foot line. That is it. Wait. We have one line judge saying in, one saying out. It's ruled out. Point NC State. Let's take a look here. Does this clip that back right corner? Oh, no. Hit the other white line.
Clear out.
Where our line judge got a little confused. It's basketball season coming up. Both, the teams start practice this week in Division I. Palazzolo off the double.
Nice out assist upset by NC State.
And that block goes out. So the Wolfpack in this set are hitting 250. The arms have been more productive than in set 1. I didn't have Courtney Bryant on my bingo card of productive players. 4 kills, 4 digs. How about a nice outing? Soft touch, blocked.
Great dig by Monson there, covering her hitter.
1v1, and the pin hitter Bryant stepping up for NC State.
What a dig here by Monson, keeping that ball alive. And again, she is all over the court here again, trying to dig that ball from Bryant, but Bryant's swing is just too strong.
Wolfpack 2 points from the set. Nearly an ace, and there it is. Set point, NC State.
Great serve by Allen there. That is a textbook float serve. Little to absolutely no spin, right into the seam, and it drops very quickly. One of the hardest serves to pass.
Jada Allen continues this 5-0 run. Set point. Druick Oh, feed one of the best in the ACC. Palazzolo dug out. Back row. Kept out by the Wolfpack. Bryant misses long, and the set continues.
That's a really tough swing to try and hit at. The out-of-system set of NC State from Daniels is coming from behind her. She has to track the ball over her shoulder, so, you know, tough miss, but very hard ball to get.
Now the Wolfpack swing for the set. Bryant takes care of it. What a productive debut in the ACC. 5 kills for Bryant. And the Wolfpack takes set 2, 25-15. That's how you draw it up. We'll take a timeout. Come back in a couple of minutes. State, I'm Evan Budrovich. All Wolfpack in the first 2 sets. Defensively in set 1, and then offensively hitting 260 in that second set.
Yeah, they definitely came out strong, recovered quickly. Their block has been definitely the statement for them this game.
4 blocks for Bryant in just her second match. Jada Allen with 3 blocks, and then Williams has 2 as well. It's been a balanced front row. Let's see what the adjustment is here for Notre Dame, who started 2-0, first time in a handful of years for the Fighting Irish. Struggled Wednesday against Louisville, as many teams do. The 3-time reigning champs, the ACC Louisville. Cardinal coming here to Raleigh on Sunday for a televised matchup. And there's an ace for Notre Dame to start set 3. Good start for the Fighting Irish.
What a great start by Notre Dame there. Line to line, getting that right side of Stokes. Good float serve.
For Maisie Alexander. Check it. And she hadn't played all day. The Portland, Oregon product, but stepping up.
Notre Dame's looking to give NC State a different look, trying to change things up.
You hear more energy from Selena Rockwell's club. Long set. Has blasted out. And a 2-0 start on the miss by Broussard.
Again, looks like Broussard was trying to go for that deep corner, but just cut it a little too sharp.
Notre Dame had won 6 straight entering this week, and you're seeing that resolve from the Fighting Irish, including a near block at the net. Now Rice gets it through the block. It's Amanda Rice for the 5th kill.
Nice recovered by NC State. You see Broussard off blocker come in, save that ball up, able to give Rice that ball to put down.
NC State has served up 3 aces today, including a nice 6-1 run to end that second set. A little off balance there for Palazzolo. Rice into the block. Big middle presence from McDowell.
Notre Dame coming out strong from the break here. They're fired up. They're down 0-2. Really trying to stay in this game. They have brought a whole new energy.
It's like little leprechauns dancing in the back corner there after every block. We did not see that energy at all from Notre Dame in the first 2 sets. Now McDaniel has to hustle to keep that up. Schrader off hands and in. Nice shot from the right side. Sorry, that's Paris Thompson who comes in with a kill.
Great shot to the deep corner. Again, one of the hardest shots to defend.
Thompson stepped up in the ACC opener. 20 kills against Syracuse. And now a block again for McDowell. Forcing a timeout from Lucas Slave. Wow, what a start by the Fighting Irish in set 3. We'll take the early timeout with Notre Dame 3. Hit below 100. Hit below 0, actually, the first 2 sets. But 3 blocks at the net. And some big plays by Charity McDowell to spark this 3-0 run.
I think they definitely have made some changes. I bet that huddle between sets 2 and 3, they were really looking to find some new energy, and it looks like they've brought it. Now time for NC State to step up to their level.
NC State was so balanced in the first 2 sets. Williams, Broussard, Bryant, all with 5. It's kind of been a one-arm show for Notre Dame with Palazzolo, but more balance here in set 3. Good dig there by Thompson. Now NC State in system. Middle, into the back row. Jada Allen with the point.
Good move by Allen there, hitting that back corner. Only having one block up on her. When NC State's in the system, you definitely need to put more hands in front of their middles.
You put your hands in the air and you wave them like you just don't care. It has been a block party, though. It's hard to get through those hands. 15 combined blocks with these clubs. As Thompson saves the ace. Oh, Palazzolo from the back. What a dig by Monson. Leading to a block. Riley Schock's been everywhere at the net.
Great lineup there by Schock. They obviously know the ball's all the way to the left. They know that set's going to be over there, so they just camp out waiting to get up.
And watching Schock's facial expression after every play is fascinating. If there's a service there, I don't want to see her face after that. Good point there for Notre Dame. How was your body language as a player? Were you high energy? Were you throw your arms in the air? What were you like?
Oh, yeah. Me and a couple other DSs would see who could jump the highest after a point. And definitely a good way, especially in such a tight match. You can kind of, you know, bring some energy, let loose a little bit. Remember how fun the game is.
As the current DS, Monson cleaning up the court with some wet spots. Charles Tudor, our lead ref, says, here we go. Let's get things rolling in set 3. Float serve for Manitzis. Nice in-system play, but a better dig. And Monson clears it. McDaniel again on the slide that time.
Great dig by Notre Dame.
Leading to a block. So Schock went from the slide to assisting Bryant on the roof.
Quick footwork, and it looks like this NC State team's getting their energy back to what they know. Strong blocks at the net.
What a performance by Bryant. Played one ACC match, just 3 sets on Sunday, and is now stepping up in match 2 with offense and defense.
Absolutely. She's been such a force for this team, and looking forward to seeing what she does the rest of the season.
Courtney had a red shirt last year due to injury, but what a presence here in year 3. That goes off the block. Palazzolo with her first kill of the set. It'll be interesting how many swings Sydney has in set 3. Because in sets 1 and 2, it was 25 combined attacks, 8 kills. A little more efficient in this 3rd set. Williams, dug out by Manitzis. Leading to Palazzolo down line. There's her second.
Good cross-body swing by Palazzolo. She sees there's a gap on that line that the right side block of NC State has left, funneling it to Cabello, but it seems like she just was not in the right spot to dig that ball.
Funneling to Cabello sounds like a podcast title. Got to keep that in mind for later. Ace there for Notre Dame. NC State dominated 25-18, 25-15, and a much different script here in set 3. Wow, off the top of the net.
Great serve by Monson.
Hattie Monson, she's an ace specialist. She's had a couple matches with 6 of them, and this may be her best.
You see it just dribbles on the net. Cabello's almost there, but just misses.
And a big timeout called. So NC State need more effort, a little 4-0 run here to create some space.
Just from watching, they do seem to be leading the energy and the momentum in this match. Interested to see what NC State does coming out of this timeout.
NC State off its first loss since the opening weekend of the year. They were on a 10-match win streak, but bounced back with a win Friday against Clemson, lost Sunday to Georgia Tech. And now Hattie Monson has had a busy day in the back row. Williams through the double, and she's got a match-high 7 kills.
Again, great job by Williams for coming in. That set was a little more inside the court. She gets her feet there and powers through the seam of the block.
Williams, a second-year transfer now at NC State. Brazard looks to block that shot, and Ava may have gone. Wait, no, sorry, Notre Dame went over the line. So that's a point for the Wolfpack.
Yeah, it looks like that right side hitter's feet interfered, went all the way over that center line, which you're not allowed to do. It interferes with the NC State players and possibly a safety hazard.
That's Lucy Trump, who we haven't mentioned a bunch today, but Trump, one of the best right sides for Notre Dame. Daniel quick at it.
Smart shot by Williams.
What a save by Monson. Wolfpack a back row set. Brizard tips it. Palazzolo blasts one off hands. And is she heating up? 3 kills in this third set.
You see NC State here is doing everything they can to put their defenders on the floor and disrupt those hitters' transition pathway. But it does not stop Notre Dame from putting that ball down.
This is where Palazzolo is special. Leads this conference in kills. And now with 11, she's starting to find some rhythm. McDaniel in system. Right through the block. That's how you do it to Williams for the point.
Great job by Williams using the hands of the blockers of Notre Dame again.
So my apologies. Cabello's now in the front row setting. Part of this 5-2. It catches you off guard from time to time. But Luca's been he likes both setters. He wants to use them both. Soft touch. Great save by Stokes. Wow, back row target. First time we've seen that today from the Wolfpack, and it's terminated from Bryant.
That was a great timing there by the setter. You see Bryant's almost already in the air when that ball is set. Perfectly aligned to put that ball down.
Courtney Bryant stepping up. This is without one of the best outsides for NC State, Martina Leoniak. So I'll give it right back to Notre Dame.
Now that's a tough spot for NC State. You want Stokes to go hard. She has a very aggressive serve. That's earned a lot of points for NC State. But in a moment like this, when the momentum's kind of shifting, best to just get that ball in the court.
Williams gets the kill after a ricochet play. Point NC State. And Williams had one of her best matches of the year. 9 kills.
Good team in that block. Williams finds that hole.
Madison is 1 kill away from her 4th double-figure kill match. And those numbers are staggering. 14 kill difference. That's tight to the net. And we have a violation there on Notre Dame. Point NC State.
You see Brizard's smart in here. She knows that setter's back row are getting a little tight to the net, so she doesn't choose to block because she knows that setter's already too close. She doesn't want to, risk an injury there.
McDaniel into the net. Both teams trading errors back and forth. And both coaches, Slave and Rockwell, have noted they have to be aggressive serving in this matchup. It's that risk-reward factor. Nowadays, the numbers were 2-to-1 used to be kind of the norm for service aces to errors. That might be more 50-50 these days. Nice dig on the back row. Back set Rice. Again off hands. And that one sneaks through. Point Brizard.
Again, you see that Notre Dame blocks just a little late, and with the fast arm swing of Brizard, that ball slips right through there.
Now, Brizard is a double-figure machine. 12 times this year with 10 or more. This is nothing new for Ava, who floats this serve over. Palazzolo off the block. Point Notre Dame.
It's interesting to see Palazzolo hitting from that back right side of the court. Usually she comes straight through the middle, so she has a lot more range to hit into the court. But here, she's really hitting right into the right back of the court, which is probably a little easier with her right-handed swing.
32 attempts for Palazzolo. It's been a busy first 3 sets. Rice to the back corner, misses. Oh, hits it out.
That was a very close miss. You can see she's aiming for that back corner and just misses it.
I feel like that's twice the line judge has led me astray. That's why the head judge is on it. Charles Tudor. Nice dig by Monson. Little tip. Did he get hands? Did not. Point NC State. The miss there from Harris Thompson.
Good read by Stokes there, following that ball all the way to the line just to make sure it's not in.
Both teams' hit percentages are dipping below 170. This has become a defensive set. Druick in system. Whoa, gets the kill on the back set. Nice delivery. That was put away by Fiona Schrader.
Great high swing there.
And Jade Allen going, oh, that's out. Of course that's out. And the line judge on the far side said, no, my friend, it is not. Notre Dame back up 4, make it 5 on the ace. A rare mistake from NC State's back row.
It's a very tough float serve coming from Notre Dame, as that float ball has a tendency to drop very last minute when it doesn't have any spin on it.
Feels like a knuckleball in baseball. It just goes everywhere. You see the angle there with Daniel returning it. Shock is dug up. Schrader hits it in. Tremendous shot cross court.
Just clips that back line. Both teams are doing a very good job when these setters are back row from attacking at the setters. You see NC State attacking Notre Dame setter there, getting them out of system.
Which makes it so much harder to fuel offense in transition.
They're sort of stuck just going to their pin hitters. They take the middle out as an option.
There's a back set. Oh, Palazzolo's blocked. This is where NC State was special today. 12 team blocks.
That's a tough block to get around. The combination of Amanda Rice and Riley Shock, they are a force together at the net.
Give Rice the solo touch there. Now 12 blocks in 3 sets. That puts you above the national leaders. Pitt leads the country 3 blocks a set. This is a prolific day for NC State. Off balance in the middle. Oh, but nobody's there to find it. Point Notre Dame.
Very smartly placed tip. We used to call that the campfire, but it's joined right in the middle.
They did, yeah. They all came in on the McDowell touch. I love that. Williams. That beats Monson in the back row. Point NC State. So Williams is now double figures with 10.
She's doing such a great job of mixing up her shots, too. She has such a long arm swing that has so much power behind it, but she's doing very smart of knowing when to take some power off or when to put it on.
There's Bryant to serve. What a productive second ACC match. Now a bump set. Williams is scooped up. Palazzolo. Boy, is she great when Notre Dame needs it. 12 kills, that's a match high.
You see her using the
And it almost
hands.
looked like their Shock turned her hand like at the last second and it ricocheted out. I know those swing blocks are hard to do. Back set. Wow, Williams hits it down line. That's a great angle. Point NC State.
Great job, NC State here. You see that they're running the middle behind the setter, making the 2 blockers on the left side of Notre Dame really think about who they're going to defend against.
Always fun to watch those jump serves when they work like that. Stokes delivers the ace.
Such a strong swing. It's basically an attack from the end line there. That ball's got to be coming at least 60, 70 miles an hour at you.
Just watch this. Man, that thing's a missile. Creates a free ball. Now Notre Dame's turn. Palazzolo is kept up. And Stokes clears it. Drunick back to her. One of the best in the ACC. 5 kills in this set for Palazzolo.
Great job from her by finding that seam of the NC State block and ripping it away.
This is a brand new transfer. Came in August at a High Point. Big South Player of the Year. Delivers a service error there. But has stepped up and become one of the elite arms of this conference.
It's really nice for Notre Dame with the transfer portal to be able to get some new talent that can bring a fresh perspective and some.
It's like going to Whole Foods. You get that second market food. You put it in your own box. You don't have to pack it up like an Aldi situation. And
absolutely
bring the goods. I'm more of a Costco guy myself, but just personal preference. Drunick with the back set. And that is out, so NC State inching closer, down 3. At what point, if you're Notre Dame, because you're trading points back and forth, what's the comfort level as this gets closer and closer?
I think it becomes a little less uncomfortable, but, you know, they haven't seemed to have lost any energy that they came at the right beginning of the set.
That is out. So this is the 3-0 NC State spurt. Palazzolo missed it.
This is about the time of the match. The tensions get high on both ends of the court. Both teams, you're getting towards the end, both getting a little anxious, a little jumpy. The key here is for what team can stay calm and cool under pressure.
Selima Rockwell will use one of her timeouts. This was a question of Lucas Slave. How does his team respond when starting slow? And it was 10-6 kind of out of the gates for Notre Dame. They extended that to a 6-point lead at one point, but now we see NC State slowly inching closer.
This NC State is not a team that's going to go away easily. They have fought very hard all preseason, and they are hungry, looking for some wins in the ACC.
And you see Martina Leoniak not dressed up today, or not suited up for NC State. That's a big outside pin hitter. Although she's having a good time. Did play. She returned against Clemson and Georgia Tech. Had 30 attacks. Very busy in that Georgia Tech match. So she's out today. And that has allowed a young player like Bryant to step in and contribute.
It's really good for NC State, too, because you're building some of that depth on your bench. And you've got such great talent to pull from, even when your main starting line may be hurt.
There comes Courtney Bryant. I mean, this is only her second career appearance, at least in 23. She played a handful of matches in 21. Did not play last year, and here's where the lights shine brightest.
She's definitely not playing like somebody with so little experience. She is truly playing like she has been on that court for quite some time.
McDaniel floats it over. NC State crawls back within 2. Make it 1 on the block at the net. Jada Allen right there.
NC State volleyball looking like themselves again with that strong block at the net.
Lucky 13, the Baker's dozen of blocks. Now could NC State cook a sweep here in set 3? A little out of system. Monson plays it. Big dig by Stokes. Allen. Oh, Brizard's dug out. That is through the block. Good swing by Palazzolo.
Great dig by Monson there off Brizard. She puts that ball up on such a hard hit swing. Gives Notre Dame setter the ability to set Palazzolo perfectly.
Block. She beats a triple block in the middle.
Truly impressive.
Palazzolo in the back rotation, stepping up for Notre Dame. In system. That's where Jada Allen can be special.
One of the strengths of NC State here is that not only do they have, Williams and Brizard and Bryant as their pins, their strong pins, but they also have Allen in the middle and Schock in the middle that they can go to in system or out of system.
Back to a tie game. Look at that float serve by Brizard.
must have been a draft in that gym today. That ball dropped so quickly.
It was so assumed that Notre Dame would return it. And then a lot of people looking at each other, and there's the ace.
Man, in a tight set like this, miscommunication, there's no room for it.
And all of a sudden, we talked about anxiousness. A 6-1 run has really tilted the perspective in this set. And now if you're Notre Dame, how do you settle things back in and close out and force this fourth set?
Going back to their energy and their communication in the first half of this set is key. Not getting frazzled by such a long run by NC State. Similarly in their game against Louisville, Salima Rockwell was talking about before, just ensuring that when things get frazzled on the court, you go back to your basics, go back to what they know best.
Notre Dame swept by Louisville on Wednesday night. We're competitive in those last two sets, but in the first set, it was all Louisville, 25-12, and that's what she was referencing. Here it was 18-12 Notre Dame. Pretty good control of the set. A couple of service aces, some long runs, and now it's 22 apiece. You know, on one hand, NC State's looking at the schedule saying, Louisville's coming up Sunday. We want to take care of our sets, keep our legs fresh. Notre Dame wants to extend this thing and push it to 4. So Brizard back to it on serve. Palazzolo returns it. Thompson is dug up. Rice is tipped. One more swing out. Big point, Notre Dame.
So one amazing thing about NC State, while their block itself is so strong, their off-blocker defense too. They are prepped. Even if they get a touch off the block, off their own block, they're ready to play that ball up. They're looking for where it went.
State in system, ties it at 23. There's Bryant again. It's a productive match.
Great seam ball by NC State.
First to 25, win by 2, and we got a tight one in set 3. Monson digs it up. Same for McDaniel. Rice. Off hands. NC State match point.
Speaks to the versatility of NC State's middles. Not only is Allen such a force at the net, she's got a strong serve, great digging, and here she has the perfect out assist to the set to her right side hitter.
Down 18-12. NC State serves for the match. Last chance for Notre Dame. Off hands. Palazzolo. Now the Wolfpack swing for the win. Rice is blocked. Out. NC State climbs the ladder, and they come back to sweep Notre Dame here in set 3.
Such an amazing shot here. This NC State team is one that will not go away. They will grind it out to the end to secure that win.
Wolfpack hit 237, and the block was so important at the net. 25-23 in this third set. And now NC State, they moved to 2-1 in the conference as Notre Dame drops to 2-2. We weren't sure if this was going to end in 3, but